Well, some people are claiming that Bitcoin's bull market could continue in an epic way into 2026. Some people are out there making the point that why would anybody leave stocks for crypto? Looking at some of the data, you actually have a very interesting question there, especially for some altcoins. Bitcoin's done tremendously. And I think the big Bitcoin has a potentially fantastic future. I'm very bullish on crypto in general. That's why we have a channel revolving around cryptocurrency. But in this video, we need to explore the possibility of the Supreme Court intervening into the tariffs that have been implemented by the president and what it could mean for the crypto market, and also the stimulus checks that have been teased by the media and folks on X. And I want to talk about the misinformation being spread about this and the facts surrounding this stimulus being offered up by the president and how it can impact cryptocurrency. This is a great video, guys, so stick around to the end of this one and smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more crypto content. Let's just jump right over to this. So I want to start with the stimulus checks. So the president has been talking a lot about these. And in this 15, 16-second clip, he starts off and he says he wants a $2,000 issue a dividend is what he said there. I know the audio didn't come through, but he says, I want to issue a dividend of $2,000 to every American, except for the wealthy. And it's a dividend. He says dividend. At no point in this video does he say checks, but here you go. You have accounts out there saying president says $2,000 checks paid for by tariffs. There are no checks that are being discussed by the president. That is not the words that are coming out of his mouth. So what we've got going on right now is this fake hype leading people to get some hopium surrounding the possibility of stimulus checks to come out, when in reality, we are not actually seeing an actual possibility of literal checks, payments to Americans. Instead, it's actually going to be more in the way of some kind of credit or a tax relief for Americans. On the topic of this, I have actually been shorting the market lately. And so one thing they had me a little scared for my short on Bitcoin that's currently $368 in the profit over on Blowfin is the information regarding stimulus checks. Because if stimulus checks come out, it could prove to be a very bullish thing for the crypto market, which is maybe why some people out there like Alex Becker are talking about 2026 is going to be the biggest bull in crypto. And that's kind of obvious according to, we'll talk a little bit about that story, but these tariff conversations of where we're getting potential stimulus checks because of the success of tariffs, that had me a little bit scared for my short, because if stimulus checks come in, that could be a very bullish catalyst for the market. However, stimulus checks isn't the verbatim words that the president is using, so I think the excitement has kind of dwindled and we're kind of coming back down. Now, I'm not rooting for Bitcoin to go down. I want a Bitcoin bull market to continue. I want cryptocurrency and altcoins to explode. But if we are going into a bear market, I want to capitalize on that downward price action by trading. So that's what I'm doing with Blowfin and trading with Bitcoin right now in particular. If you want to trade this market, whether you want to go long or short on it, you can trade using some of the affiliate links in the description down below. And there are deposit sign-up bonuses for you if you haven't already signed up for Blowfin and some of the others. So check out those links if you haven't done so already. But regarding stimulus checks, we're not getting checks. I would hope we get checks, but it doesn't seem like we're getting checks. And what I'm kind of upset by is that here are people writing on X, so many people, so many different people on X are saying, $2,000 checks paid for by tariffs. There aren't checks that are being discussed. Look at the quotes from the president directly. That is not the language that's coming out of his mouth. And if he had all slipped in saying so, Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary for the U.S., has already walked that back significantly. And so we had a little bit of false excitement over that news, I think, over the last little while. What's causing a little bit of fear today is actually the Supreme Court ruling on tariffs. If the Supreme Court ruling reverses the Trump tariffs, then we could see over $3 trillion that we would end up owing back from what we've earned on these tariffs, according to the president. This could be causing a little bit of fear and uncertainty in this market right now, leaving me feeling pretty decent about a short position right now on Bitcoin, not feeling too optimistic about my crypto portfolio. Personally, I've said this on the channel. I do believe that there's about an 80% chance in my mind we are going into a bear market and a 20% chance of a bull market. So then you might be asking the question, well, why would Alex Becker be coming out and saying 2026 is going to be the biggest bull in crypto history? And it's kind of obvious. Why would he be saying that? My answer to that is I have no idea why he would be saying this. I think that's maniac stuff. I think it's really intense for him to come out with those kind of predictions. And keep in mind, Alex Becker's also been saying every day almost that altcoin season is coming and it's here and it's every single day. And he's, it's going to be the biggest thing ever and it's going to make everybody rich. And this is what he's been saying for a long time. I have been a bull on altcoin seasons, but what I've struggled with in this bull market is altcoin season hasn't occurred yet. I believed it was going to happen. It has not happened yet. Historically speaking, the problem that I have with this 2026 is going to be the biggest bull in crypto history. Actually, it would be the only time in crypto history that Bitcoin has actually continued a bull market after the typical 4-year cycle deadline that we've already passed. So I still sit in the position thinking an 80% chance of bear market, 20% chance of bull market. I'll leave the potential for bull market on the table because to the things that are obvious that could make this 2026 bull continuation happen, I get what he's saying. There's a lot of fundamentals there. The crypto clarity regulatory framework that could be coming. We could have quantitative tightening that's ending. We have Fed rate cuts that have happened already, and we've had a gold run. So maybe Bitcoin wants to catch up to gold. There's a lot of things that make sense to me there, but what I've seen historically in this space is there are these 4-year cycles, and that's just what we've seen. And so some people out there are making jokes like this. Why would anybody leave stocks for crypto? And I understand why that sentiment is even being thought about right now. Because look at what the stocks have been doing lately. They have been printing. They have been going up. People have been making money hands over fist in stocks. And basically, you can't even argue that over the last year, stocks have outperformed altcoins tremendously. You would have been better off in stocks over the last year instead of being in altcoins for the most part. That is just what it's been. And that has happened because we really didn't see that altcoin season. Now, in October and November and December of 2024, we had a very good moment for alts where they were crushing a lot of the stocks and doing fantastic things that we like altcoins to do, but we just haven't seen it yet. And so I wonder why that leaves, maybe Alex Becker feeling bullish, like that still has yet to come. But for me, honestly, the fact that altcoin season was weaker leaves me a little bit more concerned about altcoins instead of more bullish than ever before. The thought is this: if there is money being made in stocks right now, why would anybody basically leave something that's going well to go into something that's really been lackluster performance? Altcoins, right? Bitcoin has been doing well and actually outperformed a lot of stocks, not Nvidia in particular, but many stocks. And it's an interesting point. So this is where we're at right now. I think it's important to note, I've got a video coming out later today about that tweet that just popped up for the CEO of crypto.com, Chris. I want to keep coming out with updates every single day in this crypto market. In the meantime, I'm still riding into the short position. If we're going into a bear market, I want to be prepared for that. I still do have some of my holding portfolio there just in case we do have that continuation to the upside. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Please note that I am not a financial advisor. I am not here to give you financial advice. But if you want to trade, check out the affiliates in the link in the description down below for Blowfin, for BitTinex, for BTCC. If you want to sign up and take advantage of that deposit bonus, it's there for you. Leave some comments down below, guys. I'll see you in the next one. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Peace, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Later.